Have you ever felt like someone ripped a piece of your soul out and then laughed while you bled? Have you ever held your phone, waiting for a message that never came, while she was somewhere else, having fun as if nothing happened? The truth is, some women don't just hurt, they belittle. And when that happens, something bigger comes into play: time. Because time doesn't forget, and life has a silent, precise way of settling scores. But hold on, this isn't about cheap revenge. This is about emotional justice. About what happens when a woman throws away true love, thinking it was just another fling. At first she laughs, she scoffs, she feels powerful, but the clock starts ticking, and without her realizing it, reality begins to collect every penny for the pain she caused. And the most curious part? The payment never comes in the way she expects. It comes silently, and it destroys her where she thought she was most protected, deep inside. So if you've ever been used, deceived, or belittled by someone who seemed to not care about your pain at all, take a deep breath, because today I'm going to show you what happens when the world turns. And it always turns. But when it comes back around, it comes back hard. Each of the signs you'll see here is like an invisible scar she carries, a mark of what she once did to you. And when this video ends, you won't look at your pain the same way anymore.
Before we continue, I need to tell you something. This video only reached you because someone liked it and subscribed to our channel. Now it's your turn to do the same. Leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell, so this chain of knowledge keeps growing and reaching more people. Also, comment down below which city you're watching from, because I want to know how far this video is traveling. Now, no more delays, let's get to the good stuff.
First consequence. She starts to feel empty even when surrounded by people. She might be at a packed party, laughing with friends, dancing, drinking, posting filtered stories, but inside, the echo is deafening. She tries to hide it, tries to fill the silence with noise, but there's a type of emptiness that applause can't fool. This emptiness doesn't come from physical loneliness, it comes from the emotional absence of something she pushed away herself. Deep down, something starts to bother her, a strange feeling, as if everything has lost its flavor. Conversations seem superficial, hugs don't warm her, encounters feel like a repetition of an empty script. Because no compliment, no new crush, no fire emoji in a direct message can replace the gaze of someone who saw something true in her. And that someone was you. The absence begins to hurt more than your presence used to annoy her. It's at this point that life exacts its toll in a subtle but cruel way. She slowly begins to understand that she lost something that can't be found twice. And then, what was once pride now turns into confusion. What was once laughter turns into restlessness. She starts to realize that being desired by many never compensated for being truly valued by just one. But by the time this sinks in, it's too late. Because the guy she once made feel empty is now filling his own life without her.
If you're tired of watching her play games, ignore you, and do whatever she wants with your feelings, it's time to show who's in charge of the game. It's time to make her chase you and recognize your true value. In the first pinned comment, I've left a step-by-step guide on how to make her pursue you. Plus, you'll level up and become the best version of yourself. Click now.
Second consequence. Her moments of joy become shorter and shorter. She still tries to smile, tries to show on social media that life is beautiful, that she's living in the moment. But what once felt like genuine pleasure now fades too quickly. The smile comes, but vanishes in seconds. The good feeling of a new conquest, a compliment, or an interesting encounter evaporates like perfume on sweaty skin. Because there's no more depth in small joys. Everything turns into a temporary distraction. This woman, who once seemed so confident and fulfilled, starts living off short dopamine spikes. And when those spikes pass, what's left? A gnawing boredom, a nameless dissatisfaction, that urge to run from places she herself wanted to be. Because joy that comes from outside doesn't last. The joy that comes from within, she threw away the day she devalued you. Life, silently, begins to show her that happiness can't be sustained by external validation, that no compliment fills the hole a true love left. And when she tries to repeat the moments that once made her happy, she discovers she's lost something essential, the ability to feel whole. And then she realizes that the lightness she felt before wasn't from the environment, it was from the man who was with her. Third consequence. She starts being treated as an option by other men. She, who once had you as a priority, now begins to experience the other side of the game. She feels firsthand what it's like to be ignored, ghosted, marked as a maybe. The man she thought was different, he disappears for days. The guy who seemed attentive, he's got other women on the back burner. And then, for the first time, she understands the weight of being disposable. Before, she was the one who decided whether to reply or not. Now she waits, checks her phone, analyzes if she said something wrong, doubts her own beauty, her own worth, because the men who approach her don't want depth, they want distraction. They don't want to build, they want to consume. And she realizes that the type of attention she receives today has nothing to do with affection. It has to do with fleeting interest.
This is the moment when life gives her a mirror to look at herself. And the reflection is harsh. Because she starts to remember how much you gave, how much you cared, how much you nurtured, and today, no one nurtures, no one cares. And what she called freedom now starts to hurt like disguised abandonment. Fourth consequence. She loses the sparkle in her eyes that only existed with you. There was something there, something only you awakened. A sparkle, a carefree way of laughing, of feeling special just by being by your side. It was something she didn't even know she carried until she lost it. And today when she looks in the mirror, she tries to recapture that gaze, that version of herself, but it doesn't come back. Because that sparkle only existed when she was looked at with truth. She might get dressed up, change her hair, invest in new clothes, post empowering captions, but none of that brings back what left with you. Because beauty without peace has no power. Appearance without meaning gets tiresome. And she feels that tiredness every day. The kind of exhaustion that's not cured by sleep, but by the soul. It's when she realizes that you weren't just a relationship, you were a safe place. You were the reflection of a woman she liked being. And today, surrounded by possibilities, she feels small. Because that sparkle, it was more than emotion, it was connection. And real connection doesn't happen with just anyone. Fifth consequence. Life makes her experience the same abandonment she caused. Remember that emptiness, that painful silence, when she just left you waiting for something that never came? Well, that's right. Now it's her who feels it. Life comes full circle, and one day the bill comes due. Suddenly, someone who seemed promising disappears. Someone she bet on simply ignores her. And then she understands with a pang in her chest what you went through. The worst part, there's no justification. No message, no explanation, no reason, just absence. And absence, when it comes from someone you wanted close, tastes like punishment. Each day that passes without a reply is as if the world is saying, now it's your turn to feel it. At this moment, she stops and thinks, did anyone ever love me the way I ignored him? And the answer hurts, because yes, you did love, and she didn't value it. Now it's her heart that cries out for attention, and there's no one on the other side, only the echo of everything she disregarded. Sixth consequence. The betrayals she committed come back to haunt her. What seemed like cleverness, power, dominance, transforms into karma. The adrenaline of lies turns into silent guilt. The betrayals she hid now appear in another way, on her skin, in her thoughts, in the nights she can't sleep. Disloyalty comes at a high price, and the currency is emotional. She starts to live with the insecurity of being betrayed herself. She suspects new partners. She searches phones, reads between the lines, analyzes signals. Because she knows how it works. She's been on the other side of the story, and someone who betrays knows exactly where the lie hides. Now she lives on high alert, in constant doubt, without peace. And the cruelest part is this: She no longer trusts anyone because she knows that one day she herself was someone who didn't deserve trust. And no matter how much she tries to convince herself that she's changed, the shadow of what she did continues to follow her. Because when you hurt someone who truly loved you, it's not the other person who loses. It's you who breaks inside, and it takes a long time to heal. 7th consequence. She starts attracting cold, distant, or manipulative men. She wanted excitement, games, a challenge, and now she only finds men who show nothing. People who promise a lot and deliver little. Men who disappear for no reason, who make her doubt her own sanity, who always leave her in a position of demanding, insecurity, and need. What once seemed exciting, today turns into an emotional prison. She starts to be attracted to profiles that reflect what she once was with you. Insensitive, indifferent, manipulative. And this is no coincidence. It's the cycle repeating now with her in the role of the victim. Life doesn't punish with violence, it punishes with a mirror. And what she sees today are disguised versions of what she herself was in the past. In this environment, she starts to lose herself. She no longer knows what's real and what's just a game. She lives on eggshells. She tries to please, tries to understand, tries to control, and the more she tries, the more frustrated she becomes. Because now the power she used with you has become a prison, and the game she dominated has become a trap.
And it's not because others discovered everything she did, but because her energy has changed. She no longer inspires admiration, only strangeness. She no longer emanates presence, only uncertainty. People sense when someone is lost, and she is. She starts talking too much, justifying herself, showing off. She tries to compensate for a lack of substance with an excess of performance. But deep down, she knows she's no longer respected as before. And worse, she starts to notice that other women avoid her, that men don't take her seriously. At this moment, loneliness settles in, even in crowded environments, because she's no longer invited to serious conversations. No one asks her opinion on anything important. And everything she once believed she controlled with charm dissolves in the face of reality. Respect isn't demanded, it's built. And she destroyed her own. 9th consequence. Loneliness starts to visit her frequently. It doesn't matter how many followers she has, how many invitations to go out, or how many direct messages. The loneliness she feels is silent and constant. It comes in the middle of the afternoon. It comes after empty sex. It comes when she wakes up in the morning and realizes no one stayed. It comes when her phone vibrates and it's not from the person she wanted. And little by little, she understands being surrounded by people doesn't mean being accompanied. This loneliness isn't the lack of physical presence. It's the emotional absence. It's looking around and not seeing anyone who truly knows her. It's remembering you not for what you did, but for how you made her feel. Today, no one knows her like you did, and that weighs heavily, because what she lost wasn't just you, it was herself with you. And then, loneliness becomes routine. She tries to fill it with distractions, with new people, with travel, but life collects. Because true love, once lost, can't be replaced. You can forget it for a while, but it comes back. It always comes back. Especially on nights when the silence speaks loudest. 10th consequence. She starts to feel used, just like she made you feel. Perhaps this is the final blow. The pain she denied in you is now the burning sensation she feels inside. Used. Like an object of desire that serves for a moment and then is discarded. As if her value is tied to her body, to what she gives, to how much she pleases. What she thought she controlled now controls her. Encounters seem empty, touches cold, words rehearsed.
She realizes that men approach with hunger, not with interest, and then they leave as they arrived, with no intention of staying. And then it sinks in, because that's exactly how she made you feel. This is the moment when regret bites hard. She doesn't say it, she doesn't show it, but she carries the pain. And this pain has a name: conscience. She finally understands that you don't play with someone who truly loves you, because love has memory, and life has accounts. And the bill, my friend, always comes due. If this video made a difference for you, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Every video we create here is thoughtfully made, always aiming to help you develop and achieve your best self. We want to share practical, direct tips that truly make a positive impact on your life. So, don't waste time and comment below with the word gratitude and the phrase, "in pursuit of my best self." By doing this, the algorithm will show this video to even more men who are seeking growth. Your engagement in the comments is essential for our content to reach those who need these tips the most. Furthermore, your support with likes and subscriptions strengthens our work and motivates us to continue creating valuable content for your journey. The more you interact, the more men will also have access to this type of information, which only helps our mission to transform lives. So, thank you for being with us on this journey. Stay tuned for the next videos because we're always bringing new content to help you evolve. Big hug and see you in the next video.